What's up, y'all? It's Jocelyn. I'm back again with another video. This will be a fibroid update related video. Today I'll be getting my uterine MRI. So yeah, stay tuned if you want to see that and hear all about that. Okay, so today is the day for the MRI of my uterus. Not gonna lie, I am nervous. Full transparency, I did put scheduling this appointment off a couple of times just due to my schedule. It was a little hectic for a second, but then also because I was putting it off a little bit. It's just one of those things, like being nervous about what I may find out or the information that, but I just got to do it. I can't stand still and not do anything, So just in the spirit of moving forward, like this is the next steps. It is what it is. So yeah, I'll be getting the MRI today. Two things are that I can't wear any metals because the machine is a big, huge magnet. The only thing that came to mind for me was that all my bras have underwire in them. So I was like, might not be wearing one today. But yeah, so no metals. And then that the machine is really loud. So they are going to give me either headphones or earplugs. And then also the duration of the MRI. It could be 30 minutes. It could be 60 minutes. It could potentially be even longer than that. So yeah. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so the purpose of it altogether is for the MRI to be able to can detect fibroids that weren't seen on the ultrasound. So this is like the full, like, I guess super thorough, most thorough scan possible to see like where all the fibroids are. So yeah, it's about 6 something in the morning. The appointment is at 8:15. They did ask that I arrive 30 minutes early. So I'm going to leave now, 5 to 10 minutes from now, because the traffic is alive and well, and I want to make sure that I get there. You know how you get somewhere right when you're supposed to be there and you kind of like, trying to like collect yourself. I want to have like the collect myself time and then, ease into this, versus me showing up like, oh, I'm ready. Cause yeah, but, yeah, and then it was cool how everything worked out because, like I said earlier, I had been kind of putting it off, just for like the last month, and I called them yesterday, and they were like, "Yeah, we have something for tomorrow," and then they were like, "Or we can schedule you in May," and I was like, "Nah, let's just go ahead and go with tomorrow." So it was good because like I didn't even have time to really start tripping about it, thinking about it too much. Like I had already done, a little bit of research. I did a little bit more. And so I'm glad. I kind of like when stuff happens like that. Like I don't have a lot of time to think in context, depending on what it is, right? Because you need to think through some things, right? But it's about the actions. So, this is the action. I can think about the MRI and what I think it's going to be and all this stuff all day, but I still have to actually do it and actually get it done. So, yeah, that's happening. But yeah, let me get out this house. Let me be on my way, and I will see you guys in a second. Okay, so this is like right before I'm about to walk in. Like I'm sitting in the hospital parking lot. I got here actually really quick. Like I left my house at 6:40 and I was out here at like 7:10, 7:15. I was like, oh, okay, I got 30 minutes to spare, huh? Right now I got like 10 minutes to get up in there. It's like 7:35. But yeah. I'm just ready to get in there, get this out the way, and go on about about my day and get the results and everything. So yeah. All right, so I'm about to hit y'all with the outfit. So not much of one, but yeah, it's nice and comfy. Sweats, a hoodie. There's no metal in any of this. That's why I wore it versus jeans. They want me to change into this lovely stuff here. But yeah, I'm just showing y'all what I got on. Okay, I'm in this lovely gown here. I put on two. I know I don't think I'm supposed to do that, but I put on two because it's just open in the back, and I'm like, can we like cover up the back and the front? So yeah, I'll see if they tell me to take this off. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm just waiting for her to come get me. So yeah. Okay, so good news. They let me keep both gowns on. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me change out of this and then I'm about to tell you guys about like the whole appointment. Okay, so I'm back. It's after the appointment. Um the appointment went well. I mean, not that I thought that it wouldn't, but it's definitely a difference from what I thought might happen to what actually happened. So yeah, I mean, I inserted the footage of like the little waiting area, me in the gown or whatever, and then after that, they take you into the actual room that you get the MRI in, and that was directly across the hall. So I go in there, put my stuff in the locker, lay on the table. The tech is like taking me through like everything that's gonna happen. Yeah, you have the option to keep your shoes on or not. I took my shoes off because she's like, oh, you'll get relaxed and then you can't move, so make sure you're in a comfortable position. And I just felt like it would be more comfortable with no shoes on. So I took my shoes off, laid on the table. She put a pillow under my legs, put like, pads or something under my arms. They give you a little, when doctors take the manual blood pressure cuff and you have to squeeze that ball. They gave me a ball that looked like that in case I needed her to come back in during the procedure. So I had that too. They laid the cover over my pelvis, so where they were x-raying or getting the imaging from, they put that protective, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, they laid it over what they were imaging. The tube, like, just speaking to what I thought versus what it was, I was thinking it was going to be tight, it was going to be small, it was going to be cold and uncomfortable, and it wasn't. It was like, it was really relaxing. They had a lot of air like coming, out of the machine. So that, made you aware that like you're not just in some enclosed tube. So, and I didn't have a bunch of anxiety. My attitude more so was like, let me get in here, let me get through this, and, it'll be over, 24 hours in a day, like this is 20 to an hour of the day, like, let's just get this out the way. But yeah, in addition to going into it like that, like it was, not whatever I was expecting. So yeah, I lay on the table, I'm looking up, there's, they had like stained glass where it was like a relaxing images, like a couple of trees up there, some vibrant colors, so that was nice. You can't see that once they slide you into the opening of the MRI machine, but it was nice, before I slid in there. Went in feet first. That was another thing that I was kind of nervous about. I assume if I was getting a different part of my body imaged, I may have to go in the other way. because of my height, or probably just because of the way that they have to do it, depending on what imaging they're doing. So because they were doing my pelvis, I went in feet first, I guess. So my head was still kind of out a little bit. Yeah, it was like, it was cool. Like, I was relaxed. I kept my eyes closed the whole time. I did think about opening them and just seeing what it looked like of being fully in there, but I was just relaxed. Like, I didn't really want to look up. And by the time that they finally, like, she finally pulled me out, she's like, okay, that's it. Like, she took the headphones off because it's really loud in there. And I was like, that was it? Like, you're done, you know? So yeah, while I was in there, I just kept my eyes closed the whole time and just breathed the whole time. There was a multitude of different sounds going on. They switched my position maybe 2 or 3 times to where I was either going what felt like further into the machine or being brought out of the machine a little bit. There was a lot of clicking, which reminded me of like a staple gun. There was a sonar type of sound. There was like a hearing test type of sound. So it just was like all kind of different clicking and loud noises, but it was relaxing. Like, I had my eyes closed the whole time, and like I when I came out of there, I was real refreshed. So that's all. I'll just say that. But I don't know if I fell asleep. I don't know if I was just in a deeply relaxed state, but just to say, like, I wasn't anxious, I wasn't nervous, I didn't feel like, I was, and that's not to say that might not be someone else's experience, but like, it wasn't bad at all, compared to my other experiences. As far as this fibroid journey has been concerned, like, this was like a piece of cake. This and getting the ultrasounds are, I don't want to say the easiest, but like out of what I've had so far, I would definitely have another ultrasound. I'd do another MRI. Not so much excited about the endometrial biopsy. If I can miss that again, if I can never have one of those again in life, like, I wouldn't miss it. Okay, so I'll just say that. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So I'll be waiting for the results. My doctor should have the results by Friday. So it is the 12th right now. I may wait to upload this video until I have the results so I can just put it all in the same video. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's up, y'all? I wanted to come back and give the MRI updates, the results. I had a video call with my doctor earlier this morning. It is April 15th. So it's Friday, April 15th right now. And I had the MRI on Tuesday, April 12th. So it's 3 days after the MRI. And my doctor scheduled a video call to go over all the options. The surgical team put together a plan, or what they thought would be the best next steps. And so she wanted to do a video call so we could talk about all of that. So I did write down some notes because it's kind of a lot. And I didn't want to just try and remember everything because I wouldn't have. So I'm just going to read the information that I took down from the video call. So I have 2 submucosal fibroids, so 2 fibroids inside of the lining of my uterus, and I have 1 more that's in my uterus. So essentially 1 growing where a baby would be if I were to be pregnant. So it's in the baby's space right now. So the surgeon's recommendations were a hysteroscopy, which is where they go in through the vaginal canal with a camera, and they shave off, I believe, the fibroids out of there. The only issue with that is that because I have multiple fibroids, they would be going in multiple times. The other option is robotic laparoscopically. So they would be making incisions along my abdomen, a couple of small incisions in order to remove the fibroids. With that option, I would be down for some weeks. It would be done in the OR, and then I would be down for some weeks for recovery time. With both options, however, they both would be scarring my uterus. So, yeah, they both have the risk of that, which in the future could affect future potential pregnancies. The placenta may have issues attaching to my uterus because it might be scarred in the area that it's trying to attach to. Equally, implantation may be more difficult if the egg is trying to implant, the fertilized egg is trying to implant where the scar tissue is. So those are two of the or not two, but the same risk factor with each different option. Yeah, I already said that the third fibroid is growing actually in the uterus. Yeah, so my doctor did also tell me that with the surgeries, there's a risk that I wouldn't be able to deliver vaginally if I got pregnant, that I would need a C-section. And then, of course, the other options aside from surgery were birth control, just to relieve some symptoms, relieve the heavy periods, make things a little bit more manageable, minus the surgery options. And of course, there's always a risk with removal that if they're removed, then they could grow back. So next steps, my doctor does want to start me on a medication called Agestin. Yeah, it's called Agestin to thin out my uterus lining because my uterus lining is thicker. I mentioned that on, I think, the last video, or maybe the video before that. I do have 3 other videos on fibroids. So yeah, if this is the only video you're seeing, I have 3 other videos also. So check those out if you want. But yeah, so she wants to start me on Agestin, which will thin out my uterus lining. I also need to go and get lab blood work done to check my iron levels. I have been taking iron, but I don't know what my iron levels are at. And so she wants to ensure that I'm not anemic and trying to go into these surgeries. There's also this medication. This isn't an option. I just asked because I was curious, but there's a medication called Uterine that temporarily shrinks fibroids. And usually this medication is prescribed before surgery of fibroid removal. So yeah, it's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. I got some things to think about, some things to consider. The next steps are getting the lab work done and then speaking to the surgical team even more about the other 2 options. So I'm thinking that it's going to be mainly about the robotic laparoscopic surgery option and just everything that would come with that, how that would go. But yeah, that is where we're at like another video call or another in-person, surgical appointment, an appointment to speak to the surgeon. Gosh, why am I so tongue-tied right now? So yeah, that's where we're at. I don't want to make this video too much longer. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.